I had a really cool project to work on today. I had to come up with an idea to put a screen from your desk on a stand and hide the keyboard away when needing to work on the desk to save space. On top of this box we have a cool design that was meant for a designer, and she wanted something with a lot of creativity built into it. So the top of this is built in with lots of different ideas, like we've got light bulbs going on here, we have paint brushes, pens, paper, the symbol for fonts. So some really cool ideas sitting there. And then we have the rest of the box with a piece inside for the keyboard to slide away. The main reason behind this project was that the designer had read a case study that the height of your desk and your screen is incorrect, as it causes back pain and neck pain, so she says. So today we're doing this out of MDF, as the designer had seen it made in metal, but we're going to try it out of MDF and see how it goes, because we have a laser engraver and we want to put some creativity behind it. The first thing we want to do is measure out our border to make sure that our laser engraver fits everything into the piece of wood that we're doing. Being 6mm thick, we have to make sure that you go deep enough to cut through the wood, and because we've got pieces that we're going to be sliding wood in between, like a shelf, we have to make sure that we engrave deep enough for that wood to slide in on the sides. I used a power of 40 with a speed of 330, and that got me quite a nice groove for the piece of wood in between. For the cutting out of the wood, I have used a 15 speed on it with a 85% power. 5 times got me straight through the wood, no problems there. Basically what I use to clean this is a towel with sunlight soap inside the water, and it takes off the dirt pretty easy, or afterburn from the laser. I'll do it with all the pieces to make sure that everything is clean, so that the glue doesn't have any problem sticking to the wood. Using a normal wood glue, fast set or can be slow set, depends on your personal preference. And for the application of this, I'm going to be using some recycled acrylic that I got from one of my jobs. Very flexible, basically just going to break off a piece. Don't need that. Then I've got a perfect applicator. You just want to add enough glue that everything will adhere, and you can wipe away any excess glue that you have if you've put too much on once you've attached all sides. Make sure that you put it in the lower parts of the indents of your box, because there will be no wood on top here for you to have the glue touching. This glue will probably take about 10 minutes or so to dry. If you put it in front of a fan or a place that has a bit of heat, it will obviously take a little bit sooner to dry, but it all depends on the wood that you buy. You either have a slow forming wood glue or a fast acting. Okay, now that we put the top on, we have to wait for it to dry a little bit, as well as the sides, before we slot in the middle platform and then add our support structures. Okay, now that it's dried a little bit, now we can put the shelf in. That hopefully fits. Now we're adding glue to the support pieces for where the screen's going to be centered in the middle. I'm adding 3 that are all in the center, as the screen is mostly in the center, just for added support and probably just the longevity of this screen box. And there you have it, a completed screen stand for the desk and where the keyboard slides in. Now let's hope the customer is happy.
In 2020, we celebrate 8 years in business, heading toward infinity and beyond. am.co.za. Achievement matters.